Oh yeah, it's Monday again. Okay, so some people may be a little confused that this question is also the trolley problem. As I understand it, last week's question wasn't actually about the trolley problem, and that's why I named my video last week 7 Strangers or One Lover. But anyway, this is not exactly the trolley problem that I'm asking this week anyway, and rest assured it's much different from last week's question. Okay, so in this question we're going to have 3 scenarios, and essentially I want to know the difference, the essential difference between them. I want to know, 1, what you think you would actually do, and 2, what you feel you should do and why. Then, once you've answered that for each scenario, I want you to tell me if any of your answers were different, what the essential differences between the problems were that caused those differences. You're standing on or next to a train track with a lever or whatever, or you're with a lever which can change the direction that a trolley, a big heavy trolley thing on the tracks, can go down one of 2 paths. It's currently heading down a track onto which there are 5 people tied down there. Okay, these are strangers. They look like a typical bunch of people, but you don't know who they are. For all of these people here, you don't know really much about them. You can only see what they look like, and they just look like a typical sample of the population. Okay, so you have 5 people on one side of the track, and you have 1 person on the other side of the track. I need to stress, this is a big difference between this and last week. Okay, the 1 person on the other side of the track is also a stranger. You don't know them. Okay, so the trolley is currently heading towards 5 people tied down to the track. You're at a lever, and you have to make the decision whether to switch the direction of that trolley toward the single person on the other track. All 6 people involved are strangers. You're walking across a bridge, and you notice that underneath the bridge there is a trolley headed down towards 5 people tied down to the track. You also notice there is a fat man standing on the edge of the bridge admiring the stars. It is a very large person, and he is standing directly over the track, and he would be able to stop the trolley. So, do you push the fat man off the bridge, which saving the 5 people below, or do you basically do nothing and let the 5 people tied down to the track die, and the fat man, totally unaware, looking up at the stars? There is no time to consult the fat man about what he wants, by the way. You're a surgeon 100 years in the future, and in this time, whilst the technology has not been made to create completely artificial organs, the transplantation is much easier, it's very reliable, and there are effectively no differences in the quality of life of a person who has had a transplanted organ to one who has their original organs. You have 5 patients who are all about to die, each needing a different organ to be transplanted. One day you notice a young traveller come into the clinic just for a health checkup. You look up his medical details, and you notice that he is healthy and he is compatible with each of your 5 patients. So, the problem is, do you basically sedate this person and take out the organs necessary from him and transplant the appropriate organs into each of your 5 patients? These 5 patients are, other than needing organs, a typical sample of the population, by the way. Also, For technical reasons, perhaps currently unknown, the 5 patients themselves, it is impossible to take out organs from different patients and basically form 4, allow 4 people to live out of the 5 people just on their own without the need for the traveller. For some reason that isn't possible, but you do have the opportunity to remove the appropriate organs from this traveller and put them into the 5 patients that you have. Okay, so to sum up, there are 7 things that every person will have to answer and include in their response to this, unless all of your other answers are identical, which is unlikely, I would say. So the 7 things are, okay, you have 3 different situations. In each of those situations, I want to know, firstly, what you would do. Please don't put too much into saying that, oh well, there's not enough time, I wouldn't be able to do anything. Blah. I would just let whatever happen happen. I mean, maybe, but try and think, at least if you had time, what your decision would actually be in that situation. Okay, secondly, I want to know what you think is the moral thing to do. What you think you should do in that situation. Okay, and that's 6 different things because you have 3 different situations and 2 things for each that you need to answer. The final thing that you need to include in your response is, what are the essential differences between the different scenarios which cause your different responses. Okay, thank you very much. I look forward to everybody's responses this week. See ya.